Have you ever noticed how many people within the working environment like to be in control, fully in control? Now, why is this becoming an issue? On the first hand, obviously being in control gives a sense of security, of things getting done, of putting the effort in order to get the results that we want. So by being in control, we'll definitely have a feeling that these things are going into the right direction. On the other hand, when we are in control, we are always worried of not making some mistakes, of any mistakes to that point, of making sure that everything is going according to the plan. We need to pay permanent attention and worry about what if we will reach that result and what if we don't. Now, in that sense, control, it's a good way to make sure that whatever we want to achieve is actually happening. Nonetheless, when a manager goes in that direction, what do you think is happening with his or her teams? One reaction you may see is that people will do a little bit less when working for this kind of manager. Why? Because they know that no matter how hard they try, the manager will always want to take control. That means that they will do or overdo or do after them something that a task that has been already achieved. Because of that, any human dealing with that will understand not to pay the best effort. Why matter? Because at the end, the manager will still want to do his or her things in her own way. So that's on one hand, so you may get a lot of people disengaged from the teamwork and from whatever the manager is trying to give as a direction. On the other hand, the manager himself may find, or herself, right, may find himself in a situation where they are completely exhausted. Because you see, giving so much of themselves, being in control all the time is coming with a very high price for everyone. While having this feeling that, this is the only way I have in order for results to be achieved, there is also a big frustration coming up from the fact that the people from the team are not supporting enough. They are not doing well their task. They are not taking their autonomy. Nonetheless, you already understood that this is a reaction to the way manager actually act. Now, the second thing that I think is particularly important for any manager that have this feeling of I have to be in control is that control is good to have, but it's not necessarily needed all of the time. You see, when we are in total control, we engage a lot of our own energy. We are completely focused on what we are doing. We want to make sure that we control all the aspects of the situation and we make sure that everything goes according to the plan. That requires a high intensity. And in some situations, that intensity is needed because the danger is there or because there is something like a huge target to be achieved. But that doesn't have to be every single day of your time. Because when we are doing this every single time, the way that we are using our internal resources is not necessarily optimum. That means that when in control or controlling everything, we tap into a lot of our own resources. So we overconsume for results that probably don't need that kind of intention. In addition, because we are always in control, we also have this idea that not resting, not recharging, it's good because we don't want to lose or miss up and lose control. So basically, not only that we are overspending resources that don't need to be overspent considering the results we are waiting for, but also we are not recharging. That means that those resources go slowly into complete consumption, which means that managers which are overly in control may also go into a situation where they have no more results and no more resources. And when things like burnouts, depression, and other things may achieve. Now, this is not a point for you to get scary, it's just a point for you to be aware and understand what is that we can do us at our level to move forward and get out of this illusion of being in control every single time. Like always, we are here to ask questions that are helping you to be reflecting, to be your brainstorming partner, to be your sounding board, and together to understand what are the steps we can all do in order to win this crisis and get out of it with success. Thank you again for listening. Until tomorrow, please stay safe.